So I've been in business for 10 years and I've been creating sales funnels for myself and for my clients during that whole time. And I realize a lot of people either don't have a sales funnel or they're not hitting the basic foundational pieces correctly. And then that makes it not convert. So they think that, oh, like my offer sucks. People don't like me. My content sucks. And it's like, no, you just miss some foundational steps. And if we go back and we sort those out, we're going to see a completely different result. And I totally get it because I used to be the person who would skip past a lot of those introductory things because I thought I was too advanced for it or I thought it wasn't that big of a deal. But that is where I ended up losing a lot of money. And these most basic things are understanding your ideal client and what you're offering to them and how that actually creates a transformation for them. So that seems super obvious potentially for some of you, but there is literally no way that you can go deep enough with this. You can always improve your understanding of this because this is what helps you create your messaging, which goes on your sales pages, goes in your emails, it goes in your content. And so the most clarity or the like craziest amount of clarity that you can get in this will only help you to make more sales and get more leads. So let's kind of dive in on how I have been helping my clients and also how I have been approaching this and seeing massive results in the way that I'm going about this. I love using ChatGPT as like my assistant, my buddy, my sounding board that helps me get clarity on this. Because if you're a solopreneur, or even if you only have like a couple employees or freelancers who work for you, it's can be hard to find clarity on this because you're like stuck in your own head. And so by using ChatGPT to kind of like talk these things out with me, either through typing or literally I will voice note it on my phone, has helped tremendously. And so what I will do is I will literally just open up the app, hit the little microphone, and I will start talking. And what I'm asking ChatGPT to help me identify is the most basic parts about my ideal client, which you probably know, right? You probably know maybe like, oh, like most of my ideal clients are going to be women in their like 30s, maybe 40s or late 20s. They are busy moms. Maybe they have ADHD like me. And that's all kind of like surface level stuff. And so what I like to dig in to with ChatGPT is what is actually causing them problems in their day-to-day life that I'm going to be able to solve for them. So it's not enough to just say like, oh, they're busy, so I'm going to help them get more time. Like that's cool, but that little basic surface level piece is not going to necessarily sell stuff for you. So how can we dig into like how these problems are showing up in their day-to-day life? So I will ask GPT to help me outline what are the biggest pain problems this person has? What are their biggest dreams? What have they tried already to resolve those dreams and to resolve those problems and reach their dreams? Hi, baby. And why didn't that work? What do they think their problem is? And what is the actual like underlying issue that they're having? And then, what can I do to help them? And I ask it specifically to think through anecdotes. Okay. So it's not just to say like, oh, I'm just like stressed and busy. It's like, I'm tired of waking up every morning, not even getting to drink a hot cup of coffee because I'm so busy. It gets cold by the time that I get to drink it. I go to bed and the last thing I do is I'm on my emails responding to things instead of being able to like read a book or relax, It's like, what are those tangible things that are happening in the day-to-day right now? And then what is it going to look like after they work with you or after they buy your stuff? And so once I go through all of this with ChatGPT, I will see whether they're giving me results that I like or not, and I'll continue with prompting it. It might take 20 minutes or so to go through this. And then once I go through this, I do this kind of often because who I am working with and who I want to work with is always developing. So going through this with ChatGPT, if you don't already have offers or things that you're selling, this is going to help you identify that because you can help ChatGPT you can have ChatGPT help you to see like what these pain points are and how you can help solve them, because that's what we're doing in business, right? We're essentially like solving people's problems. It'll help you identify those things. But if you already have offers or ideas for offers, then you can say like, okay, this is my offer. Let's talk about the specific ways in which this offer is going to help my ideal client. And that is going to give you so much great stuff to use on your sales pages, your landing pages, and in your content. Okay, so once you know who you want to work with, who you're selling to, how you're going to help them, what your offer is, then we have to figure out whether you got it right or wrong. Because sometimes we think we know exactly what people need, and it turns out that like they don't agree with you. So before we start thinking about like creating a big sales funnel or automated systems around an offer, we need to launch it. We need to test it out. And this doesn't have to be some big, huge, scary process. What I love doing is pre-selling my offer. So that means I actually will sell spaces in my courses or my programs before I create them. So that way I know there's actually interest out there. In addition to this, there's usually a wait list. So before you even launch it, you can get people onto a wait list to say, hey, if you hop on the wait list, you'll be the first to know when it launches. And maybe you'll get an extra bonus or a special gift for being on the wait list. And that way you'll see like, okay, people are signing up for the wait list. There is interest in this. I can go ahead and open it up. Or if nobody is signing up for your wait list, well, like we need to revisit the offer, either our messaging or the actual offer. And then along with the pre-sale, a pre-sale, since the offer or the product is not actually created at that point, is usually going to be at a discount, like 50% off, 30% off, like a pretty good incentivized discount, because then you're also going to get more people into it quickly so that you can get testimonials, and they will know that you're going to be building it out with them, and the content will be dripped. Now, for folks who like already have a whole bunch of offers and already have launched things in the past, maybe you don't need to do like a discounted pre-sale price. But if you're new and these are your first products that you're creating, I definitely suggest doing a pre-sale at a lower cost. You can also call this like a beta program, because it takes a lot of the pressure off of you. You're probably going to feel really nervous and anxious about delivering on what people are paying you for, and doing a beta or a pre-sale kind of like lifts that a little bit, because number one, you know that you're giving it to them at an excellent price, and they also know that you are just creating it and this is the like initial beta version, so they know there might be tech snafus, there might be things that you need to fix, right? Like that's the expectation, and in return for that, they're getting it at a great price. So if you're going to pre-sale something, you also need to set a deadline for when that pre-sale is going to end. So typically what I do is I set the pre-sale end date, and then you can either completely close the cart or you can just raise the price. And I've done it both ways. Usually what I will do is I will just raise the price and I will let that be available like on my website or something, but I won't be like actively promoting it after that pre-sale ends and before it's fully created. So then once it's fully created, you continue to launch or do specials or do whatever you want to do. But that's the way that I've done it. And my plan for all of my stuff is that I do this initial pre-sale launch and then it goes on Evergreen. So meaning people can just like purchase it at any time. And so then once you do that launch, if you do want to put it onto Evergreen like I do, which means that people can just buy it at any time, that's at the point where I will create a basic sales funnel. So I have some kind of free offer that people will opt into to get into my email list. And then they will get a series of emails giving them some value and helping them, and then selling whatever product it is. And this can be as simple or as complicated as you want. If you want it simple, you just have the simple lead magnet, the freebie that they sign up to get in order to get on your email list, and you send maybe 5 to 8 emails. The first 3 would be value driven, tips, telling your story, things like that. And then you'll transition in to selling and talking about your offer, going over what objections that they might have, answering their questions that they might have, and then selling it. After that, as you create more and more offers and you expand your product suite, you can add upsells, you can have downsells, you can have order bumps, all these other ways that you can continue to get people to buy from you. Or if they didn't buy that initial offer, what's something else we can give them? So let's say, for example, if I'm selling my blogging course and people don't buy, well, maybe I can offer them my Content HQ, which is a Notion template at a lower price that can help them kind of like get in the door and get a sense of me and what I offer. And then maybe later on, they'll go back and buy the blogging course. Who knows? So right now, I'm actually in the middle of 30 days of sales funnels on TikTok and Instagram, and I have a totally free Notion template that helps walk you through all of these steps. It's got these prompts to kind of like break it into bite-sized pieces for you. So if you're just new to this, it's a great place to start. If you already have a sales funnel, it'll also help you like clarify what you have if it's not performing the way that you want it to. And until next time, thanks for being here, and I'll see you.